Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WTAF. My name's Gareth, and his name is...
Richard. Now take me through your set. This
Well, it's been a bit of a day, Rich. I mean, I'm trying to hide trending with me head. I'm not doing a great job. But it's been a bit of a day. So, like, things have just been a bit crazy in terms of, like, back to back. So I ain't got time. So I literally just walked into the studio to start recording, and Jay's moved it all around for his show. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So we've just chucked it in here and chucked a pizza box on a light.
that's gonna heat up, so we'll have fire later on.
Well, it's all entertaining, isn't it?
It is. We like a bit of fire. What happened ending is good. Oh, what a week! Yeah, you've been busy today. We did this a few hours ago. It feels like days ago. I don't know what's going on.
I know, mate. The world is mad. Can I tell you a funny story though, right? So I was meant to have a podcast, which I've had to postpone because I was doing an interview for Bring the Fire this week, and it ended up being 3 hours long, nearly, and it was supposed to be an hour. Like that's what we'd earmarked. So but it's really important stuff. Anyway, I'd had this confusing interaction with this guy I was doing a podcast with, a guy called Ed. Seems like a nice guy. So he asked me to go on the podcast. I agreed. Yeah, sound. He said, how about 12:30? So then I was like, yeah, nice one. And then this morning I was like, sugar, there's not going to be, basically there's going to be no time for me to eat in the entire day. And you get hangry, don't you?
Yeah.
So I messaged him and I was like, all right, mate, is it all right for you to do one? And then he came back saying like, yeah, if you wish, do you want to send me a link? Like a studio link. And I went back saying, no, as in 1:30. Sorry, as in 1 p.m. And he went, yeah, sound, if you just send me the link. So that confused me because I was thinking, but you've already sent me a link. Anyway, it transpires when I said to him, do you want to do one? Meaning, do you want to do 1 p.m. instead of 12:30? He thought I meant, do you want to do one? As in, do you want to do a podcast? As in, I'll interview you. So we've basically created this situation like on Radio 1, where the guy phones up the Chinese takeaway and then asks them to recite the order back to him. And at that time, he puts another Chinese takeaway on the phone to them. And it ends up in this just confusion. It was a bit like that.
Oh,
yeah.
It's been one of those days, isn't it? The communication's gone down. It really has these last few days. It's so warm in here as well. Absolutely, it is. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know what's going on.
Do you know what else went down? Where's he going with this? I lost my drone.
Did you?
It just flew away, mate.
What do you mean it just flew away? It's the machine. You got to be
controlling it. It was just really windy, and I just saw it get further and further and further away. And then it was a kilometer. Then it was a kilometer and a half, and then I saw the last spot, and then it disappeared. And so I got in the car, flew over to. This was in Yorkshire. Flew over to a farm that I had got on like GPS. That was its last known point. When it was still connected to my phone. So I arrived, didn't think about trespassing, didn't think about the fact that the farmer's probably got a fucking shotgun. So I legged it into the field, try and find it. There was loads of deers in there. That was quite cool, to be fair. They all scarpered. And then I saw a hare. They're enormous. I didn't realize quite how big hares are, but they're enormous and really fast. I found the last point it wasn't there. And then the farmer arrived, and I'll level with you. I shit myself. Yeah, and I thought, fuck, like I've lost my drone. That's a load of money, and everything that's on the hard drive on it. I'm pissed off, and now I'm going to get shot in the face by like fucking Tony Martin or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was Tony Martin. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and it turned out he was just a really lovely bloke. And I went, mate. I said, I've lost my drone. He went, oh no. I went, yeah, I know. I was about 1.5 kilometers away, and I launched it, and now it's just blown away. And so he took my number. Possibly to shoot me later, but he took my number and said, I'll phone you if I find it. I was like, it's so kind of you. I'll give you my number, but you ain't gonna find it. It's long gone. It's halfway to the Caribbean now.
Yeah, where would it go though? It stops, doesn't it? So then they just fall.
In the end, it would just fall out of the sky. Yeah, somewhere. Jesus. So it's probably like taking out a fucking pension or something now.
Outside Astor, yeah. It's just. Oh fucking hell!
That's why you don't write your name on it. Never write your name on your drone. Never. People say you should write your name and address on it because then someone can return it to you. Oh no. Well, the police could turn up.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's jump into these today then. This made me laugh. Imposters use AI to impersonate Rubio and contact foreign and US officials. Don't give us AI. Have you seen what people have been doing with it? Like, I think it's hilarious. You give us this thing, and it's meant to be amazing, and it could kill us all, but all at the same time, people are just replacing everybody's head with Phil Mitchell, and doing funny memes, and I just think humans are so mental that I don't know if you're going to get rid of us, because we won't play along just for the fact that you give us stuff like this. And the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to go in there and impersonate Rubio and contact some US officials. This will be a laugh. And I think that's what's going to save us, Gaz.
That's just human nature, mate. That's why if you give a kid a lateral flow test and tell them they need to take it, and if they're positive, they don't have to go to school, they're going to chuck Coca-Cola on it.
Yeah.
Because that's what kids do. And if you say to a kid that there's 208 genders and they can identify as what they want, they're going to get on all fours and pretend to be a cat so that people have to refer to them as a cat. That's what they're going to do. It's just human nature, isn't it?
It is.
Something is ridiculous, you just take the piss out of it.
Yeah, and you go along with it. Go with it. The State Department is warning US diplomats of attempts to impersonate Secretary of State Mark Rubio. They've opened up Pandora's box here, haven't they? And possibly other officials using technology driven by artificial intelligence, according to 2 senior staff officials and a cable sent last week to all ambassadors. The warning came after the department discovered that imposter posing as Rubio had attempted to reach out to at least 3 foreign ministers. I love it. I just love it. Just you give the Israelis this technology, and they'll conquer the world. You give the Americans or the British this, and we're gonna fucking prank call you and order a bunch of pizzas to a house that we don't live in.
Again, it's just human nature, isn't it? You can take anything, any invention, and say, like, if you're a teenage boy or a young lad, and someone says, "Look, please be careful. I know you've been dating that girl for a while, and I'm sure it's probably getting physical, but just be careful. Like, here's a condom," and you think to yourself, "Well, I could put it on and not have a child, or I could put it over my head, over my nose, and blow it up so it's a huge bubble on the top of my head."
Yeah,
I'm obviously going to do that then, aren't I?
I would do that. And the fact that when the kid gets older, just go, "Daddy, why was I born?" Funny story. Do stupid shit when you're younger. The thing that meant to stop your birth went on my head.
It went on my head. I blew it up with my nose. And if it's a decent kid, a British kid who has the same sense of humor, the kid's going to go, "Fair play, Dad."
That sounds like the reason for me to be born.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's as good a reason as any, mate.
It is.
God works in mysterious ways. God worked through me to stick a Johnny on my head to make sure that little Johnny was born. Yeah.
He knew that you would be born because I am a fucking half-wit. And my mate Gary was round that day as well. I don't know why my dad was having. I was showing off because Granddad embarrassed me by talking about me having sex with my girlfriend whilst my mates were around. It's awkward.
Oh, talking about granddads, right? Did you see? I don't know how old it is, this little clip. It's a TV blooper clip where basically there's a granddad and he's in a tent with his grandson.
Yes, I saw that.
Fuck, I was fucking crying. Like, I was honestly crying because the tent is clearly the granddad's Christmas present. And he says, "Oh, here's granddad with his Christmas present." And he goes, "Oh, yep. So your granddad? Yeah, yep. And are you the Christmas present?"
The little boy, yeah.
The kid goes, "No, I'm his grandson." But it's like, what does that even mean? Are you his Christmas present? Whilst they're lying together in a tent. What the fuck does this presenter think is happening?
It's the BBC, isn't it? It's just...
so funny.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, and then he looks at him and like he looks at his granddad. His granddad's like, "I'm just having an innocent, like, it's my birthday. You've ruined my birthday, really. Now I've gone from being funny, like having a great day out with my grandson to possibly being a child abuser in a field, all within a minute."
I like stuff like that though, like stuff where kids are cheeky, because the kid just looks at him and goes, "No, it's my granddad." Like the presenter's I'm his grandson, so like the presenter's an idiot because the presenter is an idiot in that sense.
Yeah,
he's like, it reminds. Have you seen the video of the American guy who's reporting about this hot sunshine? And he's like, they're cutting out of the kids are like cutting out of school and blah 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 blah. So what have you been doing in the sunshine? And this kid goes, "Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?" And it's just funny, but the presenter does well because he goes back to the camera and goes, "Okay, back to you. This kid's sketchy," and it works. It's like a bit of a... But I love stuff like that. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
It's like Bart Simpson stuff, and it's
Yeah,
just pointless. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny
They're
because
on the
we'd all love to be that cheeky and obnoxious, but if you were as a grown up, it'd come back on you. But as a kid, get away with anything.
Yeah, get it all out your system. Get it all
Right.
out your system. Go on, the next one. But yeah, so that's what we'll do with technology. So I wouldn't worry too much because we're just going to do stupid shit over here with it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And even
be
if
alright.
you get these big killer robots that are going to come to end humanity, like Terminator, people are just going to dress them up in like their grandma's dress
Yeah,
and shit
you're
anyway.
going to turn around and you're going to see your 15-year-old mate Darren trying to fuck it.
Yeah.
Bum,
So
bum.
don't worry about it. Do worry though, Rich, and we spoke about this week on Trending. Do worry about climate change deaths. Now, I'm pretty sure actually someone has had climate change put on their death certificate before, which
They have. Yep, they have. I remember that.
so in Sky News, whatever. They said yesterday that 263 people in London have died as a direct result from climate change. Right, so you think to yourself, that's a real specific number.
And
Okay,
it's direct as well.
it's a direct death. And then you read down the article, you see it's Imperial College London, so you think, okay, this is bollocks then. Then you realise that it's a computer model again, and then it says at the bottom, these are not direct deaths; these are not deaths counted as a result of climate change. So it's like, so hang on, so you've counted 263 dead. You've told me they've been killed by climate change, and then you've said we didn't count them. They're not actual deaths, and they're not an actual number.
Hello. It's just bizarro land as well. Just put your face in it. Yeah.
I don't understand what it doesn't. I was going to say I don't understand what that means, but it doesn't actually mean anything.
No, it doesn't. No, but let's try and get hold of this. It's almost like a fart gone. You're trying to get it back in. Let's get hold of this. Like this balloon drifting away. There is something there tangible to get your hands on. The drone drifting away. So they've said they've given you a specific number directly, like almost like they could give you names, places, and dates, and then later on and gone. Well, no, this is kind of just like a fantasy estimate that we've come up with, and it's a scenario.
Well, that's the thing. It's literally is the same as just saying like 55 people shot dead at Marylebone Station in London, and you go, "Fuck, what's that? A gunman gone wrong." Oh my god, you read it, it's awful. Steer clear of Marylebone. Fuck, and then it goes further down. These are not a number of people shot at Marylebone Station.
No.
Why have you said it is then? It literally makes no sense.
So
I mean, explain it to me like I'm 5. It makes no sense.
It's an article about It's an article about a hypothesis that never really happened. I think that's it.
That's basically it. It's climate change is really bad. We want you to be really frightened. We need to justify all this net zero bollocks. We've told them to turn their telly off, stand by. We've told them to use a shopping bag for life, but we're also just dropping fuckloads of bombs everywhere, and there's volcanoes going off. So they're not really buying it. We need something a little bit more scary. Well, why don't have people dropping dead in China? I've done that one. Just say some people in London died. How many? Oh no, it's off the top of my head. 263. It's not too many. It's not too few that it's irrelevant. Go on that many and just stick it in the paper. Well, are we going to tell them how we came to that? Say Imperial College London.
3/4 of the way down, we'll just sort of say that it's a ballpark figure in a fantasy scenario.
Well, that's what they do to cover themselves,
in a fantasy scenario. Listen to this breaking news. I've got you a ballpark figure in a fantasy scenario. Fantasy. No, it didn't come out right.
Fantasy scenario.
Yep, that was hard. Ballpark figure, but I can't say it, mate. I'm too tired.
Right. Ball gag. What?
Ball bag. Gok. What happened to Gok?
Gok 1 became Grok.
Oh, did he?
Fucking AWOL.
Anti-Semitic and that. Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? Let's do the next one. Well, we'll stick with tech. We did this one this morning, but we can swear on this one. Robot surgery on humans could be trialed within a decade after success on pig organs. Now, I didn't even know pigs played an instrument, let alone that's quite a big keyboard. It's 2-tier usually if you get it in the churches. Within decades after success on pig organs. So now, as we said this morning, Frankenstein's monsters now operating on Frankenstein's fiddly bits, isn't he?
It's just more AI bollocks, isn't it? More AI controlled robots I mean, are humans going to do anything in the end? Is there literally going to be nothing apart from it's just going to be me and you commenting on what robots are doing?
Oh, I'd have thought so. Yeah, whilst it's been put through some sort of auto tune, I would have thought so.
Yeah, an auto politically correct device.
Tune. Automated surgery could be trained on humans within a decade. Trained on trialed. Sorry, but same thing. Trialed on humans. Trialed on humans. What do you mean trialed? I'd
Well,
rather
that's
you
the thing.
don't do the trial on me. Do the trial before you get to me. If I come in and I want my gallbladder removed, I don't want it removed because it's not nice, but it needs to be. I don't want you trialing it on me. I would rather you did the trial before you got to me. I'm just saying.
I would think though, like, who is going to agree to be a guinea pig in a trial? And then I'm thinking a fuckload of progressive mothers sent their kids to vaccine trials, didn't they?
Exactly. So
It's
there's
fucking popular.
plenty of guinea pigs for this. Say researchers after an AI trained robot armed with tools to cut, scissors and a fucking chainsaw, clip and grab soft tissue successfully. That's all they've done. And remove pig gallbladder. They've just gone, oh, it's one of those things from the beach, when you put the quid in and you try and get the bear, it never gets it.
You never win. You're better off paying £3 for a guaranteed prize every time one. Otherwise, there's no point, mate.
The kids always want to have a go on it.
Every
It's
time.
it's the thrill of it, isn't it? So basically, it was one of them. It managed to go inside the pig and pull out something, and then just dropped it.
Look, love, I've got you a gallbladder. No, I wanted Pokemon.
That's funny you should say that because in Great Yarmouth they do have live pigs in some of these machines.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't, does it? The robot surgeons were schooled on video footage, YouTube, as we said earlier, of human medics conducting human medics. They're learning from human medics so they can do what human medics are already doing. What is the point? Things are already doing it.
Also, a robot is learning from watching YouTube videos.
It doesn't say YouTube videos on there. It just says videos.
No, but I said it, which means it's real.
It's the same thing. Well, it doesn't matter. Video footage. Doesn't matter if you stick it on YouTube or you watch it on your widescreen telly. It's still a video. Doesn't matter where you're watching it from. In an apparent research breakthrough, eight separations or operations were conducted on pig organs with 100% success rate by a team led by experts at Johns Hopkins University. That's in Baltimore. The Royal College of Surgeons in the UK called it an exciting development that shows great promise, while John McGarth, a leading expert on robotic surgery, that's a new thing, in the UK, called the results impressive and novel. Yes, like a fucking 1984, and said it takes us further into the world of autonomy. Oh, so yeah, now basically you're getting operated on by the machine that you once made. So flip it around. Instead of these robot dolls coming out of the machine, humans will be coming out of the machine and the robots will be fluffing them.
Well, it's just a quick way to harvest organs, isn't it? Just chuck it in front of the robot. Because you don't have to worry about keeping the patient alive. Because that's the other part of it, where they said they've got 100% success rate. Well, but they're doing it on dead pigs. So how can it be anything but successful? He didn't kill that one. Of course he fucking didn't.
It's dead when it come in. Yeah, well, he didn't drop it on the floor. He didn't drop it on the floor like Karen did last week and boot it across the surgery.
It's always Karen.
There you go, though. There you go. So we're at that. Remember, 2025, bookmark it. It was the time when the robot started working on the humans. I know we're all fucked.
Trump's got to be fucked now, isn't he?
It's early in the day. I don't know what the time is, though.
I mean, I know, like, you can try and make excuses for this dude. I mean, he's had more excuses made for him than anyone I've ever known. He's mad. But surely now, after this whole Epstein stuff, and then not only they're not releasing it, because he was never going to release it. It was madness to people thought he was. But to sit there in front of the cameras and go, oh, we're still talking about this guy. It was part of your campaign, mate.
Oh, just what a absolute pathetic waste of orange peel. He really is.
He really is, and he always has been. And this is the thing, like when people say it's not what I voted for. It's exactly what you voted for.
Yeah.
You voted for a big, fat, lying pig. And you've got a big fat lying pig. So that's what you voted for. Not that Harris would be any better. They're all pigs. And that's what people come back at you at, Rich, isn't it? Oh, so you're saying Harris would be... No, I'm saying they're all bastards. And you used to think that as well. And then for some reason, this really weird orange guy, which I don't know why he's fucking orange, and that still confuses me.
Oompa Loompa.
It doesn't make any sense. Why is he orange? He never used to be.
No, but it's just also, it's not the whole face. It's clown makeup. Because you know, do you know what I mean? When clown puts the white makeup on, they don't do the whole face, they just do the front of the face. He's just oranged the front of his face.
I don't understand, and I find that a problem for me to not understand why he's orange. No one's given me a reason why.
No.
But he is anyway. And so suddenly a lot of people have gone from it's a uni party, two cheeks to the same arse, to suddenly this guy's the saviour. Fucking having a laugh, mate.
I heard Jones saying this morning, the most absurd thing. I mean, this is for Alex Jones, bless him. This was really like absurd to him, trying to excuse what he's doing with the Epstein files, of trying to blackmail this and blackmail that, and if he holds it on them, then they'll leave him alone so he can get on with doing all the great things he's done. I'm just like, how have you still got the lights on? Not in there, they're not on. I mean, in the studio.
This is the thing, isn't it? But the problem is that this is the problem with when people take a side, and a political side. I don't mean like a side between like justice and injustice, whatever. I mean like a left and a right, and a Labour and a Tory, whatever. You double down on this is the guy, or this is the lady that's going to change everything, whatever. Then you got a choice, which is I was wrong. Well, they ain't going to do that. They should, but they're not going to.
Yeah, but the thing, I mean, we've known from day one, obviously, he's been wrong, and I assume he does too. But I think they've lost all their audience now anyway, because majority of people have gone, I've had enough now, and he's still carrying on. So, like, what audience is there left?
I don't know, but they're algorithmically like promoted to frick. Like it's mad. Like I put stuff out all the time, and you just watch it. Some of it's like it's more bombshell than a bombshell broadcast, and you just watch it, just do nothing. And then there's other accounts that can just fart near a microphone, and the world blows up.
Yeah, I know.
Mad.
It really, really is the same. Yeah, Ian Carroll, for instance, just farts near a microphone, and then he's on Candice Owens' show, not on her, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it is disheartening, but you just keep going because you've been disheartening before, and then you get little times when it does kind of break through, and you do see the evidence of people waking up to this stuff, and you just think, I'm part of that. Instead of like breaking news, you're one of those ones who's chipping away at the wall. And if people don't collectively chip away at it a little bit here and a little bit there, then there's nothing coming back. So yeah, you're not going to smash the wall down, but you're chipping away at it, and that is having an effect. Everybody who listens to this shares this stuff and talks about the messianic stuff, talks about all the codes and the fact that they're all in it together. That does have a resonance. That does affect their behavior and the way they go about things, and why they change things up and pretend to fight each other. We can see the effect it has. So I wouldn't be too disheartened, but at times you just think, put a lot of effort into this, and then you just think, this guy's just put out a picture of him farting "I Want It Back" that way from the Backstreet Boys, and he's got 40,000 views on it.
Yeah, in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, the follower count and the view count don't actually add up.
Yeah.
Like in a way, like so you can have a real big account, like Dad's, say, for instance, with huge amount of followers. He puts some out and get fuck all. And you got someone with 1/10 of it, and they put some out. But then you go, well, what's it all got in common? It's picking a side. So if you're a rabid Trumper or you're a rabid Democrat, you're fine. Like they as long as you're in the political game, then you're laughing.
You see it over here in the UK. If you talk if you constantly have a go at Keir Starmer, constantly have a go at Nigel Farage, anything like that, they'll promote you because you just add into the waffle and noise. Doesn't make any fucking difference at all. You're not talking about the fact that they're all on it together. That's when you stop getting promoted. But if you have a go at Keir Starmer every 20 minutes, I mean, I don't like the bloke at all. Of course not. He's trilateral commission, but it's not really doing anything. It's not doing anything at all.
Did you see his thing where he's blatantly Jewish, Keir Starmer, as well? which, like whatever, doesn't bother me. Don't care what religion you are. But it's where he goes, my family's family are Jewish. And I
What
was
does that
like,
mean?
but
What
that's
do you mean
you, isn't it? Aren't
do
you
you-
your family's family?
I don't know. All I could say to add to that is that sometimes they count themselves as Jewish if their their mother and their mother's mother, so their grandmother were Jewish, which just is a faith, so anyone can choose it anyway. They count themselves as ethnically Jewish, which is total ridiculous nonsense, obviously.
Yeah, not a
But,
practicing Jewish person, but he was saying, he would never say. I don't know if you saw the video. He would never describe himself as a Zionist, but I've got family in Israel, and my family's family is Jewish, and therefore, of course, I support Zionism. And you're like, right,
what?
So you wouldn't call yourself a Zionist? I support
Yep,
Zionism. That makes you a Zionist.
it makes you a Zionist. Yeah.
There you go. And then going, my family's family is Jewish, but he wouldn't describe himself as Jewish, but my family's family. I don't understand what you're
But
saying,
no,
Q.
he's tied himself in a knot there because what
Yes.
he's admitted that it doesn't matter if your family Jewish, it doesn't make you Jewish.
No, it
So
doesn't.
he's right.
That's
He's
nice.
not Jewish if he chooses not to be Jewish. Only he'll really know whether he's Jewish or not because he's the only one in his head, thankfully. But to say I support Zionism and I'm not a Zionist is it's ridiculous. It's like I don't like bananas. I just like eating them.
Also, how is Jesus Jewish if he's made without conception?
That's a good point. Never thought of that one. Oh, because it's a faith, and he grew up in the only faith they had at the time was Jewish, and not to be Jewish, you were persecuted. So he became Christian. He started his own one, mate. He brought his own album out. Thought,
He
I
named it
don't
after
like this.
himself.
He did. He did.
But it's weird, isn't it? I think when people say that, this was the, he was, and I'm like, well, but I thought he was just. I thought Mary was a virgin. I thought he was just put there, unless she's Jewish. I don't fucking know.
I don't think it really. I don't think. No, they were. They were. Well, I don't even think they existed. To be
Well,
fair.
no, neither do I.
Yeah. There's all sorts. What are they called? Not the Assassins. That was Muslims. Something along those lines. I forgot the name
Assassin's
for them.
Creed.
Yeah, it was a game. What is it called? What are they called? No, it's gone now. They were a kind of sect that was supposed to be almost like rabbinical sect. I forgot what it was now. I'll come back to me. But anyway, yeah, it's nonsense. Well, it's all nonsense. It's just
Well, it's symbolism anyway.
yeah.
Well, down to the sun and the number of disciples making up the 12, the zodiac. There's like, but everything is literal, and you can't say anything against it, otherwise you get an Ofcom complaint.
Oh, fuck them. It's clearly literal. It's the 12 disciples. The dying and rising sun is just the day. Everybody knows horizon. Horus rising. Horus was an early version of Jesus anyway, and Christ is a title like Sir. So it's just.
So you could be Christ Willett.
I can be if I want to. Yeah, you could be Christ Ike.
Christ Ike. I'm all right, actually. I'll just be Gareth.
I'm not sure that would sell well. To be fair,
it's a very 1980s name, Gareth. You don't see Gareths anymore. There's no young Gareths being born.
Not many Richards either.
No, but your name is like, I was going to say your name has been forever, but then so's Gareth. To be fair, I mean, he was a knight of the Round Table, wasn't he? So we're going quite a way back with a Gareth, but he's Welsh.
Well, Richard the Lionheart. What we girls? Oh, did you see this one? This Trump was a brilliant. This is the people trying to defend this was hilarious, but this was really funny. Trump to president of Liberia.
Oh yes.
Did you see it? Such good English. Where did you learn to speak English so beautifully? English is the official language of Liberia.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And the other bloke goes, Liberia.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the president of the most powerful country in the world. And even if you don't know that, because you don't expect everyone to know things like that.
No, but you do expect the president.
And also, if you're meeting them, give me a quick crash course on Liberia. I'm meeting this guy in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They speak English. Yeah. Result. That's helpful.
Yeah. Can someone teach me any Liberian words from Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl? Maybe I'll just sing that when I get in there. No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right, Donald. They speak English. Right. Okay. No one said that to him. They've just gone and go watch him try and speak Liberian.
It is. Yeah, they did amuse me.
It was so stupid. This bloke is supposed to be the most powerful, like head of the most powerful country in the
He's
world.
not, though, is
Come
he?
on.
He's not. I mean, there's also no mistake in the fact that Netanyahu's turned up at the same time as the Epstein list has disappeared. He's turned up at the same time that Trump's started sending arms to Ukraine again. He's always fucking there, isn't he? He was in London on 7/7, Netanyahu. He's like a bad smell, just won't fuck off.
Yeah, well, he is though. If you got rid of him, put him in an insane asylum, they need to section him and Trump, section them, study them, but don't let them out on the public. They are mental.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
the only democracy in the Middle East. How long has Netanyahu been there? He's been there like the same length as Putin. Yet Putin's a dictator, apparently. So which one is it?
I don't know. It's just we don't live in a funny farm, but it's blatantly obvious now. And I don't know what else to say, Gaz. Is you do this for years and you just think this is just ridiculous. It's got to the point now where there's no words for it. We're gonna have to start a new language.
Well, I just find myself laughing now. And that sort of talk about that Ukraine being sent arms by the Americans again. As soon as I saw it, I just started laughing because I'm just like, it's such a betrayal of MAGA again, as if Epstein wasn't a big enough betrayal. It's so ridiculous. And, you know, with the Epstein stuff, like you see your Charlie Kirk and all these like paid for bloody bumlickers and gobshites saying and they're so fucking stupid saying because well, I think they know more than they let on, but
Yeah,
they pretend that there isn't this uni party. And they're like, if Trump was actually part of the Epstein client list and he was actually in those files, do you not think that Biden and everyone else for all those years that were in power would have released them? You're like, not if they're fucking in them as well, Charlie, you fucking idiot. This isn't just one party, mate.
You know, Bill Clinton's clearly in them. I mean,
Honestly,
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you people?
It's that. I don't trust this. He's got his Steve McDonald like that, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what I think? Oh, that looks so weird. You look such
It does
like
look weird, yeah.
like a
I had my ears
predator.
lowered today, actually. So I had my haircut since I spoke to you earlier, haven't I?
Have you?
Yeah, I did. I normally go and see my Kurdish mate, and I had an Iranian today.
Oh, that
He's a
sounds
nice
painful.
bloke. He was he was a nice guy. We just spoke football in broken English, and that was just me.
Librarian. Yeah,
Librarian.
Librarian girl. God,
Well, that's why they're so good at reading.
Oh, I don't know. It's just the world is you've lost it, haven't we? That made me laugh. Randy Fine. I've done an article about this today. Did you see the hat that he wears has 5785 on it? Do you know what that means? I mean, they're telling you he's endorsed by Donald Trump, by the way. He's at Donald Trump's gala where he's talking about the big, beautiful bill bollocks. He's wearing a hat that says 5785 on it.
How many hot dogs can he eat in one sitting?
Yeah. How many 0.1 of a second does it take him to golf down a whole hot dog? 5785. So if people don't really believe the messianic stuff that I keep banging on about, 5785, he's got it on his hat, is the year that they believe that they are at the moment in 2025, within the 6 days of creation. So that gives them to get it done 215 years, which would take us to 2240 before their God comes back and annihilates them because they ain't got the carpet clean quick enough of us. That's basically, but he's wearing it on his hat, for fuck's sake. It's like, it's not as if it's hidden at all. They're all working towards this agenda. So 215 years before they freak out. They can get it done any time in between there. That's why they're speeding up. But the fact that he's wearing it on his hat.
He's such an arsehole, that guy. He's so arrogant. I saw a video a couple of days ago.
He's an idiot.
Of people coming up, you know, where they get their period of time to speak to their elected officials. And there was 3 of them that were trying to talk about the support for Israel and what's going on in Gaza. And obviously he's an Israel firster. And he basically just dismisses them, like not interested, blah, blah. He's just dead rude to them, not listening, like fuck them off. And someone tweeted it about how to deal with these people. But they're your constituents. So whether you agree with them on a personal level or not is not the point. You're elected to represent all of your constituents to the best of your ability. And then he retweets it going, one of my finest moments. And you're like, right, so literally one of your finest moments in life is a video of you dismissing people offhand because you disagree with them when you're elected to represent them.
This is where you love to
Wow.
go at someone like that big fat slob of a turd, with this information. 5785. What does that mean? What year are you at? How were the bad guys playing you? Been to Brooklyn lately? All of this stuff would freak him the fuck out. It really would, because he doesn't think anyone knows all this stuff. They think they're smart, but they're really, really dumb. Really dumb.
He's a real nasty piece of work, Randy Fine.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Who cares? He's just a gluttonous prat, and that's what he'll be remembered as. And none of this stuff is real. He's living in a fantasy land of a cult who thinks he's doing God's work. He's a simpleton, and that's why he's so arrogant, because he's a simpleton being used and propped up by people who are allegedly powerful, or propped up by people anyway. Donald Trump's shaking his hand and endorsing him. Donald Trump is controlled by these lot. He's an idiot. And
Well,
what
that's
do you
why
think he's got? What do you think they got on someone like Randy Fine? Fuck's sake.
fucking lunch card.
Oh, yeah.
He really is grotesque, actually.
He's disgusting.
In every way. He is just disgusting. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a disgusting blob of shit.
Yes.
Horrible. Celebrator of genocide. Like, I've got no time for this fucker. With the Trump thing again, though, just finally rambling on about Trump, the Ukraine weapons thing. I don't know if you saw that. Like, for me, that's Israel related. People watching this will go, God, fucking hell, it's not always Israel. Well, in this instance, Israel wants war with Iran again. They want that. They want the US with them this time. They've used this ceasefire to rearm, just because I think Iran gave them a bit of a bloody nose, to be fair. I don't think they were expected. And you've got Russia on the sidelines to come in and support Iran. Well, not if they're preoccupied having to deal with a freshly rearmed Ukraine, which is what I think this is about. So it gives Israel sort of some kind of plausible deniability, where if they go, I mean, America is sending shitloads of arms to Israel, but if he turns up, Netanyahu, and goes, right, by the way, Trump, come with us and let's destroy Iran together. If that's the script, then Trump's going to do as he's told. But there's going to be a bit of uproar against that, because there was, when they bombed Iran, American, particularly MAGAs, were not happy about it. So you go, okay, well, what can I do then? Right, tell you what, you arm the shit out of Ukraine then, so Ukraine can start chucking rockets at fucking Russia. So then Russia's looking over there and it's not looking over here. And when it's not looking over here, we'll fucking go and have some of that. That's what I think is going on.
I think there's a lot going on in that sense. I mean, what a lot of people don't understand either is that Putin has as well got his own Chabad rabbi, Beryl Lazar. And people don't understand that he's very well high up. He looks like the guy from Scary Movie with the little hand.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Grab my good hand, child. That guy. Watch it; it's fun. But he does look like him. Maybe he was trying to be him. So he began his service in Russia in 1990. He's known for his friendship with Vladimir Putin since 2000. He has been chief rabbi of Russia, and he's a Chabad rabbi, and he's very close to Putin. So
I thought Putin was a Christian, so why is he not a fucking rabbi?
Well, exactly.
No, but on the face of it, though, he is.
Yeah.
So why is he
on
not
the
a
face
rabbi?
of it, it is. Yeah, but they're not. This is my point: is that they're all three of them. The common denominator between Netanyahu, Putin, and Trump is this sect. It's this sect with that 575, 5785. That's the year they believe they're in. That's why I bang on about it all the time, because it's the only thing that ties all three of those together. It blatantly shows that if Iran are leaning on Russia, Russia cannot be trusted when the fucking president or prime minister, whatever he calls himself, is very close to Beryl Lazar, a Chabad rabbi. Why has he got one? It doesn't make sense. So, I think you're right. They're going to bring Russia into that, because he's only one man, Putin. The rest of them around him will get involved with it and push him over that way. But he'll be happy about it, because it allows them to go into the Middle East and do what they really want to do anyway. So you've got, maybe the only thing I can hope is that he's taking these Chabad guys for a ride. I don't know, I'm not in his head. Maybe he is. He's not a silly man, but it doesn't look good, does it?
No, and their actions in terms of allowing Syria to be destroyed in 25 minutes, part of it, I guess, was the same as with Iran. They were distracted with Ukraine, but they managed to get in and get Assad out, didn't they, and get him back to Russia. But they let the country fall.
Yeah. I do think that he's involved with these guys. He's definitely involved with them. Whether he's, only he'll know whether he's going to screw him over or not. I hope he does. But, I wouldn't want to bet my life on his hands with 3 of them all connected to this bloody group who want to kill us all off in 215 years. Fucking idiots.
Fucking hell. No. I don't trust any of them, mate.
No, I don't. No, I don't. And I think that's something that needs to be brought up. That's why I keep bringing these things up with these guys. Is that that let's raise this question. Why is there a messianic cult attached to all 3 of you that want to end the world in 215 years? That's a pertinent question, I think. Why are they hanging around high world politicians that control all of this machinery that's killing people off around the world? They're in the they're in the ear of Putin, Netanyahu, and Trump. They should not be. It's like having Charles Manson going on visits around there.
Well, no religion should be anywhere near government.
No, they shouldn't.
It shouldn't be.
But they are. All. This guy is in the pocket of him. And people don't talk about it. And that's why I bang on about it, because what is more important than, if you want to look for a global agenda, well, straight in there's the Greater Israel Project. People accept that they're behind it, the Israelis, and want to do their new world order thing on Olam Haba and their new temple. But that's exactly the same as what Trump wants. It's exactly the same what the guys hanging around Putin want. So
they're talking about breaking up Lebanon as well. Do you see that?
Are they?
They're talking about breaking up Lebanon into regions, to get rid of Hezbollah. And you're like, oh, Lebanon, the country that needs to get swallowed into the Greater Israel. Okay, mate.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all pushing towards that. And that's why I bring these things up. It gets monotonous, but, I've been doing this for 15 odd years now, and it's the most blatantly obvious. They're even putting it on hats, for fuck's sake.
Well, the Greater Israel, the IDF soldiers are wearing it on their fucking uniforms.
They are, exactly, yeah.
Bonkers,
Go on, then. What one we got?
This was an interesting one. Right. So I interviewed a lady called Joy Warren. I've spoken to her a few times before. She's head of the, let me get this right, the Alliance Against Fluoridization UK, I think. So basically trying to get fluoride either taken out of the water or not put in the water. So I said to her, I know where fluoride comes from. I know that it's basically a byproduct of the manufacturing industry. But obviously, as you do when you interview someone, you get them to answer it. So you're not doing Alex Jones telling the guest that they know everything. So I basically said, so it's my understanding that it comes from the manufacturing industry. But basically, where is the fluoride coming from in terms of manufacturing industry is very vague. So what manufacturing industry, what country, where are they, who's making the money basically to try and force this into people's drinking water, especially now they've proved beyond any reasonable doubt, even in mainstream studies, that it lowers IQ, particularly in children, which is why you'll find a lot more non-fluoride toothpaste than you ever did when we were kids. And
it didn't affect us. We're fine.
No, we didn't. Yeah. So I asked her, where does it come from? And it's funny because she said that for the West, so for Europe, for the UK, for America, it comes from the Negev desert, right? And a company called Israel Chemicals Limited, right? But what's funny, because fucking for a sliver of land the size of my palm, they're fucking everywhere. But it's funny because I didn't know that it came from the Negev. So as she says the Negev, you could just literally see me go. It's like my brain is sort of just malfunctioning of just fucking hell. Is there anything that country's not doing?
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's in everything.
No, what Israel is the funnel bit on the end of the watering can, but all the shit comes out of. That's all the water, basically. But that's the bit.
It seems to certainly be a focused place, given it's so freaking tiny. And it comes up in everything.
So basically, all of their sewage and their waste product, not the sewage product, sorry, the waste product from the chemical industry goes into becomes fluoride. They didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, it comes out of Israel.
So it's a particular compound that's supposed to be basically neutralized, then buried, but they cost too much money apparently.
So they bury an ambulance.
So they ship it off to Europe, and our governments pay a little bit of money to then take it and put it in our drinking water and lower everyone's IQ. And I thought to myself, right, well, let's have a look at Israel then. Israel ceased to put fluoride in their drinking water in 2014. So for the last 11 years, they've not been fluoridating their water, whilst the West is fluoridating theirs with shite that comes from there. I mean, it's such bollocks, isn't it? It's honestly, it's mental. And that's like, I don't drink council juice anyway, like I don't. But people still have showers and baths and stuff in it. Like, it's still getting into people.
That's amazing. You are literally bathing in Israel right now. You love a pun, don't you?
I do like a pun.
Blueberry spill causes literal traffic jam in British Columbia.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Blueberry jam. Well done. Yeah.
Got your latest one.
It's good. It's harmless.
Exactly. It is. It goes. There's more. Police in British Columbia said there was a literal traffic jam on a highway when a pickup truck lost its load of freshly picked blueberries. The mission and that came out weird. What happened there?
The mission.
I had a meltdown. I literally had a meltdown there. The Mission RCMP said on social media that a white Ford pickup truck stopped at the intersection of Lewhead Highway and Wren Street, and when the vehicle started moving again, moments later, several crates of freshly picked berries fell onto the roadway. Some crates went crashing down on the roadway and thousands of blueberries spilled out onto Lougheed Highway, creating a sticky mess for vehicles that drove over the fruit, the Post said. The officers were called to a juicy incident.
Oh, mate. What makes me laugh is when these papers quote someone as saying that they said it created a literal traffic jam. They didn't say that.
No, they never said juicy incident either.
No, none of them said that. And also, blueberries aren't sticky, so it didn't create a motor vehicle versus a blueberry ain't creating a problem.
Well, no, you wouldn't have thought so. It's come from Israel. Officers were called to the juicy incident and used a shovel to push the sticky remains out of the roadway. Perhaps Mission RCMP could team up with Mission's Farmer Market in the future to feature some new offerings such as jackknife jelly.
Okay.
Yeah. Pothole preserves. And the ever popular traffic jam.
I'm trying to think of ones now.
Thought you'd enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a road near us which had literally the most insane potholes ever. It was mental. And I was always whinging about it, and they've just repaved it, and it's not as much fun now.
No, we don't have to whinge about now.
No, well, that's the thing. You know, I'm only happy when I'm moaning. This one's an interesting one, and this is almost a pun in a way. So we've spoke about COVID before, the fact it was a Trojan horse to basically get a load of stuff in terms of changing society. Well, there's a new UK pandemic exercise that's about to be launched. It's supposed to be the biggest pandemic exercise so that, you know, we're prepared next time and all this sort of nonsense. But they've called it Pegasus.
Right. Okay.
And obviously, you know, there's occult meanings behind it, all of these things and all the terminology that they use. But yeah, Pegasus, it did make me laugh given the whole Trojan horse analogy. It's just a flying Trojan horse, basically. But yeah, so again, it makes you think, right, what are you planning then?
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Pegasus is a winged horse in Greek mythology, usually depicted as a white stallion. There you go, the white horse. It was sired by Poseidon. So sired, that means he had a horse. Poseidon had a horse in his role as horse god and floated by Gorgon Medusa. Pegasus was the brother of, no chance, Chrysaor, both born from Medusa's blood when their mother was decapitated by Perseus. She cut her head off and they had a couple of babies. One was a horse. You know,
so she was a woman with snakes around her head. So when you cut her head off, she birthed two horses with wings. If I'm
obviously,
if I'm pitching that to Warner Brothers Studios, they're not making that film.
Well, I don't know. It could be an excuse for Trump not releasing the Epstein files. It makes that much sense.
Well, that's another thing actually worth mentioning is what's going to happen in the next few days, because it happens every time. If there's something that won't fuck off, like the Epstein conversation. Like, and that's why he was so pissed off when that journalist brought it up again. So
Yeah.
we're still talking about that guy. He's like visibly annoyed. And you're like, okay, well, you need to distract us then. So what is it?
I don't know why the journalist doesn't turn around and just go, shut up a minute. I was asking them. He's not your boss. He's not your dad. He works for you. He works for you. Shut up, Donald. I'm asking the lady, Pam, a question. Pam, I don't know how you look so attractive still for 50 years old. And you don't really
59?
59? 59 years
He's
old.
nearly
So
60.
that's confusing me right now.
Your age is confusing me. His son being a fucking Nephilim is annoying. It is confusing me.
Yeah, him being orange is confusing me.
Very confused by
And
that.
him fucking about on an island where kids get abused is confusing me. And he don't want to talk about it. You don't even look your age. You've obviously found the fountain of youth. So I don't know what's going on here. You still look nothing like you did 20 years ago. Anyway, you look younger now. And I haven't got no clue. Anyway, Epstein. And then by this point, Donald Trump's staring at a spoon like Elon Musk used to in the good old days.
Do you know who has been good on this? Is Blair White.
I don't know who that is.
Blair White's is a well, I guess you'd say influencer. I think she was promoted by the MAGA for a bit. Transgender, but very like outspoken against trans ideology and the far leftist ideology and the sterilization of kids and men using women's bathrooms and all that sort of stuff. But very outspoken in terms of the Epstein stuff. And it was interesting because Blair put out a tweet like straight away going, right, well, that's it then. Just forget about it. Forget about Epstein. Yeah, forget about it. The same way you forgot about, the vaccines and the lockdowns and MK Ultra and your presidents being pedophiles that worship a giant fucking owl at Bohemian Grove. Like basically forget about all of it. Just like you forgot about everything. So I retweeted it because I found that quite a powerful tweet. Better word. I've paraphrased it. It was worded better than that, to be fair. And then someone replied going, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? Obviously not realizing the sarcasm. And it dawned on me that sarcasm is completely lost on social media, isn't it?
Yes, it
so
is.
much. And then I think, but I use it all the time. So there must be like people out there, like especially they did a monologue the other week where I was like being so sarcastic about what was going on in Gaza and about basically how some guys talking at a festival was way worse than genocide. And I remember one guy didn't get it and was saying like, you're justifying it. And I was like, no, I'm doing the opposite. But then I think,
tone.
yeah,
We're losing that. We're losing that understanding. And I've seen this happen quite a lot over the last 20 years of this kind of subtlety of understanding people. It's almost a sixth sense is just going of understanding just the tone or the feel in the room when you say something that doesn't really mean. Well, me and you do it a lot. I've seen that disappear in people. I really have.
That's sad though, man, because I fucking love sarcasm. I actually find sarcasm really quite powerful because I think it gets the point across without saying the point. Sometimes if someone says a point to you, like they're almost poking you in the chest, like on a soapbox, douche, douche, douche. And I think sometimes that automatically gets people's backs up. Like you need to do this, you need to do this. Oh, all right, mate. All right, I'll do what I want. Thanks. Whereas when you throw in sarcasm, it adds like a little humor aspect and it sort of flips it on its head. So people then start to almost analyze your words and go, well, that's ridiculous what he's saying. The truth is obviously the opposite. Oh.
Yeah, you're
And it kind
serving
of
it up
penny
on a
drops,
platter.
doesn't it? Yeah.
It's very similar. Like today I put a video I really thought was hilarious of these. I think they're Jewish, going around in a circle in a tiny room, like pegging it around. It's about 40 of them in a circle.
Well,
Did you see that?
they look like Armenians, didn't they?
Are they Armenians? I just said it looked like the best way. It's free electricity from the nylon carpet. That's
I
what it
did
is.
see that.
And
I tell you what, they don't
really
half
made me
move
laugh.
they don't half
Jesus.
move well, don't they?
Like if you stopped and fell over your skirt,
Trampled, mate.
done. I mean, that is like getting in a washing machine. It was literally.
I remember seeing it. I'm sure
They might be Armenian. You're
I think
probably
they're
right,
Armenian.
actually. Yeah,
But
you might be right.
it's impressive.
It's impressive. I don't know what's going on, but it's absolutely impressive, isn't it? But that car, just smelling that room. But you're right. I thought that if one of them trips or just they're done.
Fucking mate, like Mufasa, mate, trampled.
one of them was probably called Mufasa. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Probably there was a Mufasa in there. My last one. Bill Gates insists his connection to Epstein was limited to dinners together. Oh,
is that all?
yeah,
I didn't hang out with a nonce. We literally just went out for dinner. All right.
dinners.
All
We
right.
had the occasion, the monthly dinner together. We just caught up on the noncing and the jabs
I've
and
got a
stuff.
question. Bill, what were you eating?
Was it still alive?
Yeah. I mean, your wife left you over it.
If she still was your wife by then. I mean, I'm not sure if it was a man by then, but
He might well have been. Yeah. He was in Fish Called Wonder, wasn't he?
I
What's
remember
his
that film.
name? Yeah, there's the actor in A Fish Called Wonder, I swear, that looks like
I know who you
Melinda
mean now.
Gates.
I know who you mean now.
Is it Kevin Kline? I'm
Might
sure
be.
it's Kevin Kline who looks just like fucking
I'm gonna
Melinda
Google it
Gates.
myself now. Kevin Kline.
Yeah, it's Kevin Kline and Melinda Gates. They're the same person.
Well, everyone at home, Google Kevin Kline. How do you spell Kline? Because I've got a Chinese man.
Right. So how do I put something on the screen?
You can drop it to your desktop, and oh god, yeah,
In
wow,
it.
yeah, you can drop
Looks
it to your.
just like Melinda Gates.
Thing is, it goes off the screens, but I'll do it anyway. You can put it in. I think you can
I've
put
got
it in
loads
there.
of like it's just yeah, this page is fuck it. People at home just have to do it. I'm not Google.
Just Google it. Yeah, Google it. We're not great with technology in terms of this. We should actually put them in there, pre-order them and do that. But yeah, luckily you
That's
get a
hard
bloody
work, though, isn't it?
podcast. It sounds like a lot.
And in my defense, I didn't know that this conversation about Melinda Gates and Kevin Kline was going to happen.
No, I didn't either. We're just rolling with it. This is how professional we are. We're able to just, go with the flow and just, see, look what he's done. Yeah, look at that. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Look at that. Mate. It's just, we're so used and professional that we can just work with anything now.
We can just riff.
Just riff.
He's looking old now, Kevin Kline. No, I've got to say, but then I suppose he probably is.
Well, he probably is. He's in his 60s. What we didn't do, though, before we go, where can
he's
you get your
77.
Is he?
He's 77.
Oh, he's no Pam Bondi, though, to be fair.
Jesus. By the time she's 77, she's going to look about 8.
Yeah, like Benjamin Button. Yeah, it's going all around. Where can you get your CBD from?
They can head over to supremecbd.uk and use the code WTAF. They get 40% off everything, mate. Where can they get a mug very similar to this trending one?
You can get a mug, and you also can get a pizza box with WTAF on it that cover your lights. And if you're desperate for a backdrop and you've quickly got to do a podcast, you can head over to shop.ickonic.com and get your Ickonic merch from there and help support all the work we've done. And we'll see you in a week's time.
Yes, mate. Looking forward to it. Take care, mate. And stuff.
Brilliant.
Bye. Just turning the light off. Calling all the shots.